on wrist extension and flexion. Holding your hand upwards, you're going to bend your wrist forward as far as you can and then back as far as you can. Do this 10 times on each hand for 3 sets.
Using a table. Place palms together and elbows on a table. Slide elbows apart, bringing the bottom of the palms towards the table until you feel a stretch. Hold for 10 seconds and repeat 10 times for 1 set.
Working our back muscles, we're going to start prone on our elbows, pushing up, keeping our hips on the ground, and holding for 10 seconds. Repeat this 10 times for 1 set. Stretch. Extending both arms, grabbing the fingers of one hand with the other, pull back and hold for 10 seconds. Do this 10 times on each wrist. Flexion standing. Supporting your hands on a table, high mat, or using the wall. Lift one leg, pulling the foot of that leg towards the buttocks as high as you can, 15 times. Lowering and raising. Switch and do the other leg for 2 sets on each side. Knee extensions lying down. Place a bolster, roller, or rolled up towel underneath the back of the knee. Arms out to the sides, legs straight in front. The leg on the bolster is going to lift 15 times, tightening the muscles on the thigh. And then you will switch and try the other leg. Do this for 2 sets on each leg. The foot is neither flexed nor pointed. Focus on the thighs being tight. Quad set flexion. Placing a rolled up towel or small roller under the back of the knee, extend leg and flex foot. Lift and tighten leg muscles, holding for 10 seconds. Repeat 10 times on each leg, 1 time. String stretch. Placing one foot onto a block, flex your foot, slightly bending the standing leg. Lean forward until you feel a stretch in the hamstring. Hold for 30 seconds and repeat on the other leg. Do 2 sets on each leg. Standing quadricep stretch. Holding onto a wall or table, grab one leg, holding the foot with the same hand, pulling the foot towards the buttocks. Hold for 30 seconds and then repeat on the other side for 2 sets. Hip extension on all fours. Start with hands and knees on the floor. Extend one leg with a slightly flexed foot 15 times, in and back. Then switch to the other side. 1 set on each leg. Upper back extension. Lying with 2 pillows under your abdomen or a small mat. Place both hands behind your back, clasping them together. Keep your chin tucked and lift your upper body 15 times to complete 1 set. Backward bend standing. Placing hands on hips, you're going to lean backwards, keeping neck and head straight, pressing hips forward and holding for 20 seconds. Do this 5 times for 1 set. Press-ups, again working our back. Starting prone on the floor, you're going to push up on your hands to a cobra, holding your hips to the floor. Again, holding for 10 seconds, 10 times for 1 set. Working our back muscles, we're going to start prone on our elbows, pushing up, keeping our hips on the ground, and holding for 10 seconds. Repeat this 10 times for 1 set. Gluteal sets. Lying flat on your stomach with hands folded and head resting on your hands. You're going to squeeze and tighten your buttocks, holding for 10 seconds. Then relax. Do this 10 times to complete 1 set. We are going to do hip abduction with extended knee, lying on your back. You'll extend one leg out to the side and returning back into the center. Keeping your other leg straight and flat on the ground. Do 15 on each leg, 1 set. Working again our inner thigh and groin, helping our hip and knee. You're going to place your heels together and pull feet towards your groin until you feel the stretch in your inner thigh as well as the groin. Hold for 30 seconds. Repeat this 4 times. Another great thing to do for foot and ankle therapy is freeze a water bottle. Place it under one foot and roll it back and forth for 5 to 10 minutes on each foot. With towel. Sit with one leg extended straight and foot flexed. Hold the towel with both hands and pull, holding for 30 seconds until you feel the stretch in your calf. Switch and repeat on your other leg and do 2 sets on each leg. Toe curl. With your foot resting on a towel, you will curl your toes trying to scrunch the towel 10 times. Repeat on the other foot and do this for 1 set on each leg. Stretch. Start by standing on a stair, a mat, or a balance beam. Hang one foot off the edge of the stair or mat with the ball of your foot staying on, dropping your heel down until you feel a stretch in the arch of your foot. Hold for 30 seconds and repeat on the other side. Do 2 sets on each foot. Again, starting with your hands on the wall in a lunge position, bend the front leg, keep the back leg straight, holding for 30 seconds. Then you will repeat on the other leg, doing 2 sets on each stretch. Start by placing your hands against the wall. Start in a lunge. Both knees will slightly bend, feet are turned out. Keep your heels flat on the floor, holding for 30 seconds and feeling in the back of the calf. Repeat on the other leg and do 2 sets on each leg. Isometric hip abduction. You're going to start by taking a ball or folded pillow, placing it between the knees. You're going to squeeze and release 10 times. Variation. You're going to start by bending the top leg across the bottom leg, straightening and flexing the foot of the bottom leg. Keep it locked out. You may support yourself on your hand with your elbow bent or on a pillow with the other hand resting on the floor. You'll lift the bottom leg 12 to 15 inches up in the air 15 times and then repeat on the other leg, again doing 2 sets on each leg. You're going to start by bending the bottom leg and keeping the top leg straight, locked out with a flexed foot. Support yourself on your elbow or with a pillow, your other hand resting on the floor. You're going to lift the straight leg 12 to 15 inches from the floor 15 times, then repeat on the other leg. Do each straight leg raises. You're going to bend one knee, flex the foot of the other leg, keeping it straight. Your arms will be at your sides, laying on your back. You're going to lift the straight leg 12 to 15 inches from the ground 15 times, and then you will repeat on the other leg. Do each leg. You're going to keep one leg straight, bend the other leg across the straight leg. The opposite elbow will come to the knee of the bent leg, pushing gently against it to stretch the buttock muscles. Hold for 30 seconds and repeat on the opposite leg. Stretching your hip flexors. You'll start on one knee, slightly pushing the pelvis down, feeling the stretch in the back leg and front of hip. Hold for 30 seconds and repeat on the other leg. Do this 4 times on each leg. Internal rotation stretches. Towel stretch. Take a towel rolled up long. Grab with both hands, one at the top, one at the bottom. Pull up with the hand on top. Hold for 10 seconds and repeat 10 times on each side. Internal rotation stretches. Cross body abduction. Take one hand, place it on the opposite shoulder. Grab the elbow of that hand with the opposite hand and pull. Hold for 10 seconds and repeat 10 times on each side. Lift both arms behind you as straight as you can to the point where there is no pain. Hold for 10 seconds. Repeat 10 times for 1 set. Shoulder external rotation. Placing your palm inside of a door frame, keeping your elbow bent at a 90-degree angle. Turn away from the door frame until you feel the stretch in your shoulder. Hold for 10 seconds and repeat 10 times on each side. Working our hips and our knees, functional chair squat. Using a chair or a high mat, place feet shoulder width apart. You're going to squat as low as you can for 10 times. Do this for 3 sets. Back muscles, lower trunk rotation stretch. Lying on your back with your knees bent, your arms on the floor, head resting on the floor. You're going to drop both knees to one side and hold for 10 seconds. Switching sides 10 times to each side for 1 set per day. Working our back muscles, arm and opposite leg extensions. On all 4 hands and knees, you're going to lift and extend one leg while extending the opposite arm. Bring them back in and switch and do the same on the other side. Do 10 times each side for 3 sets. Trunk stability, opposite arm leg lift, lying face down with head and abdomen supported. You're going to lock and extend one leg and lift it while lifting the opposite arm at the same time. Lower and switch to the other side. Do 1 set of 10 on each side. Trunk stability bridging. Lying on your back with your feet in towards your buttocks, knees slightly bent. You're going to lift your hips up, doing a set of 10 3 times. Pelvic tilt. Lying on your back with your hands behind your head. You're going to slightly bend your knees. Squeeze your buttocks and your stomach and hold for 10 seconds. Do 3 times. Knee to chest bilateral stretch. Lying on your back, pull both knees in towards your chest and hold until you feel a stretch in the lower back and buttocks. Hold for 10 seconds, 10 times. Lower back glute stretch. Lying straight on your back, bend one knee to your chest. Support from behind the thigh, pulling into your chest until you feel a stretch in your glutes and your lower back. Hold for 30 seconds. Repeat 3 times on each side. Supine hamstring stretch. Lying on your back, lift one leg up into the air, supporting the thigh by grabbing behind the knee, pulling the leg straight as you can until you feel a stretch. Hold for 30 seconds and repeat 3 times on each side. Table quadricep stretch. Lying with one half of your body on the table, your leg extended behind you and the other foot on the floor. You're going to reach back with the opposite hand, bending the leg that is straight, pulling the foot to the buttocks. Hold for 30 seconds and repeat 3 times. Do the same on the other side. Wrist extension. Again, on a flat surface, either a table or a mat, holding a light weight, you're going to have your palm facing down and you're going to lift and extend the wrist up and down 10 times for 3 sets. Wrist flexion. Taking a light weight, hanging the wrist off the edge of a table or mat, you're going to lift 10 times, repeating 3 sets. Wrist radial ulnar deviation, working the hand muscles and wrist muscles. You're going to place your hand on a flat surface and you're going to just twist the hand to the right and then the left 10 times, repeating for 3 sets. Towel roll squeezes, working the hand muscles. You're going to take a rolled up towel, keeping your forearm down, hand on top of the towel. You're going to squeeze 10 times for 3 sets.